line. Hey, the radio, big crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet. Not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Crank it up. Finger to the sky and a green light shining bright. The only thing I have in mind is the finish line. Check the radio, big crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet. Not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. Crank it up. Oh.
Looking for a new PC or an upgrade to your current one? Look no further than Ford Entertainment Group, your home for the best quality and value in new, pre-built, and custom PCs at the lowest price guaranteed. We have affordable PC solutions for any budget, with custom builds starting at $595. Even the pros turn to Ford Entertainment Group to get them up and running. With valued customers from all over the world, it's easy to see why Ford Entertainment Group is the most trusted brand in custom PCs.
I wanted to save my awesome subscribers the most money when they started their sim racing journey. I started trying to look for the best deals. And I'm so proud that Jeffrey and I have partnered up so I can spread the good news about where to get the lowest price on a high quality computer.
Feel confident when buying from us with the FEG Satisfaction Guarantee. Get yourself on track today by visiting us online at fegpc.net. At
Maconi Setup Shop, we offer custom-built setups for any asphalt oval car. Prices starting at just $5. Weekly setups available for all Legends, late models, modifieds, and NASCAR trucks, Xfinity, and Cup cars. Do you need one-on-one driver coaching? We've got you covered. Visit www.MaconiSetupShop.com and find yourself in Victory Lane. Maconi Setup Shop, handling all your setup needs so you don't have to.
And hello to everyone, and welcome back to PTM Racing TV. We are live here tonight at Homestead-Miami Speedway for your Pottlez Wrapz 100 special. And it should be a special one here tonight, as we've got a locked and loaded field ready to go here for a little fun and some open setup Gander outdoor trucks. Hi again, everyone. I am Chris, the Crusader Driver. Welcome back to the show, and welcome back to everything we got going on here tonight. This is looking to be a strong show, to say the least, here, as we are getting ready to bring our drivers to life. You hear the motors starting to come to life, starting to roar as we get a look here at our field of drivers tonight. We will get them on situated by here. Let's start them on the pole. We got Matt James in the number 1 machine. He will be starting on the pole here. To his outside will be Robbie Cable in that 63 machine. Row number 2, we're going to see Keith Taylor in the 88, and to his outside it's going to be Warren Young there in the number 1. Row number 3, we're going to see Jeffrey Oakes in the 20 machine. To his outside, that'll be the 24 of Caleb, the Pride of Texas McCarthy. Row number 4, we're going to see Robert Kahn, the Rattlesnake, in the 12. To his outside, that's Chantel, the Throttle Pottle, in the number 55. Row 5 sees Ian Yeager in the 999 and the 10. The spot will go to the 28 on Matthew Hofford. Row number 6 is going to be Ian Wolf in the number 9. To his outside is Matthew R. Mills in the number 5. Next row on forward here, we will see. Looks like we can't quite get. Look, there we go. Here, look, it'll be Michael Hill in that 42. To his outside will be the Noah Healy in that 84 machine. Starting row here, Dustin Rouse in the 15. To his outside will be Lance Brantlinger in the 11 machine. As we get situated on in, ready to go here to the racetrack. Here we go. We're getting the drivers situated on down, and they are racked, stacked, and all that here, ready to go at it here, folks. Now I'm going to let you know right now, guys, that some of the drivers' names here are not quite on the right spot here. Noah Healy is actually Brian Healy. You got Matt James up on that pole setter here, and then you got Robbie Cable. Right there as well. You got Keith Taylor in that 88 then. The number 1 of Warren Young. The 24 of Caleb McCarthy. The 20 of Jeffrey Oakes. The 55 there of Chantel, the Throttle Pottle. The 12 of Robert Kahn. That 28 of Matthew Hofford. And Robert, whoa, easy there, bud. You got to stay into that throttle a little bit better. You can't go down like that. The 999 of Ian Yeager. The number 5 of Matthew R. Mills. Number 52, even though his score is going to say number 9 there of Earl Wolf. The 42 of Michael Hill. Noah. And then, of course, you got Brian Healy in that 84, and the 8 of Dustin Rouse, and the 3 of Lance Brandlinger, as we're off and running here, folks. We're running on down. Here we go. 100 laps of the distance as we come on by down on a turn 1, down into the turn 2 we go. Here at the 0, you can see the runs coming early, coming hard. They come on down on that turn 2 zone. Running them on in, right in your living room. Here they battle them on down the corners. Here hard charge they go. Here the 88 of Keith Checkmate Taylor is already on the attack. Jeffrey Oakes in the number 20 American machine, working on by that old Silverado. Trying to get some run, trying to get some leeway here as he challenges on in. Keith Checkmate Taylor tries to fend him off. He goes to the outside. Looking him on in now. Warren Young in the number 1 machine, trying to get a little sweep with that candy cane number 1. Bringing it on through, hanging on by about a little bit of a thread here. Robbie Cable kind of laying low at the moment. Might be thinking something here. Might be thinking in strategy-wise. This might be his time. He's got to stay focused on that and make sure he runs his line where he needs to. We back him on down around the corners, down a turn 3 and 4. Here you can see the runs coming there from Robbie Cable and Keith Checkmate Taylor. Both all going at it as hard as they can. Checkmate falling a little bit behind right now as he's giving it some runs in the half here. Might be trying to save the truck for later on. You never know sometimes with these guys. Sometimes they like to run him in hard. Sometimes they like to run him in a little softer. At the end of the day, everyone tells you the same thing. That's going to be the winner here tonight. Running it back on in, yeah, challenging up here through the ranks here. You got Chantel, the throttle Pottle now on the attack. She goes to the inside there of the number 12 of Robert the Rattlesnake on. We've got some history between those two. They've always had a good grudge and a good battle. And I'll tell you one thing, it's one thing that Homestead-Miami's famous for is the wars those two have put on. And Robert Kahn knows exactly all about that as he tries to take it into a 3 wide slow as they get into a contact zone out of turn 1. Keeps checkmate. Taylor goes for a ride, and unfortunately Matthew Mills. And it looks like the 8 of Dustin Rouse caught up in that one. Caution's out, caution's out. Oh my. Well, that was definitely not what they had in mind, I would say. Let's go to the replay and find out what happened here. That was a little bit of a run and a half here and a little bit of a crash zone. Here is the PTM Instant replay. Let's take a look here and see what happened on the other end of the spectrum. Michael Hill getting kind of caught up on that one, takes a little spin and a turn. As the rest of the field got a little bit into the trouble zone there, unfortunately, not quite able to clear it out. So that will bring them back to the starting point zone. We'll see where it happened with exactly. You're going to see Robert the Rattlesnake Khan here get a little bit of a tap here from Chantel, which then taps right into the 88 to keep checkmate Taylor. Both of them trying to save it, trying to stay clear. Robert's able to clear it out of trouble zone, and Chantel gets a little loose but stays out of it. That definitely took a lot of swerving and whirling to get out of that one for sure there. Great save on the driver's ends, but unfortunately, when you get caught up in that wreck, that means you got to probably go down into pit road and get yourself an instant repair done. So we will get our drivers back ready to go here, racked, stacked, and all that here. Looks like Robert's already going into pit road here. He's opting to get some fresh tires, maybe a little bit of damage cleanup. He'll have that 3 of Lance Brantlinger following in pursuit behind him here. As we focus them on in here. Let's go ahead and showcase a little bit of a new thing here from you guys here at home. If you guys are wondering where some of these drivers are from, well, I'm going to tell you right now here in this little bio blast here, Matt Janes is one of the drivers out here that is from The Rock. He's from Newfoundland, as well as Chantel Throttle Bottle in that number 55 machine. And of course you got Brian Healy in that 84 coming to us as well from there. And then as always, we got Robbie Cable, who started on the pole here, currently in the 3rd spot right now. He is also from The Rock himself. He's also from Newfoundland. Got a few Canadians in the house, a few drivers all the way from other farther north of us and all around the world here. So you got quite a few Americans and quite a few drivers still trying to challenge them on in, trying to get themselves a good showcase or two. As Matthew Mills right now gets his truck out of pit road here, he gets it back out on the track. Not going to be too far behind. He'll have a chance to get back up with the drivers here and get himself situated through. So as we get him on through here, Matt Janes looks like he will be our race leader here, folks, as we get things worked on in. Caution is still out for our drivers right now as we get the scoreboard back up here and ready to set again. Got a lot of heavy hitters right now looking to all try and make their mark here tonight and have a little bit of fun. There is some money on the line and a free wrap from Pottlez Wrapz for the race winner. $30 for the top 3, and then of course the winner gets a free wrap, and then $20 for those finishing in 5th tonight. So everybody is definitely looking to try to claim themselves some gold and some victory here tonight, and maybe see how this one plays out. But as we work them on down the back straightaway, looks like we're double filing up. It's time to go racing this next time around, it appears. The pace car will lead them on in. They will show them the way, but it's Matt Janes that will play any way he can here to stay in the zone. We do appreciate every single one of you guys tuning on in so far tonight. Andrew Couch coming again tonight saying take home the dub. Kenneth Crawford rooting off for the old rattlesnake. Ryan D. Garmore saying come on dub. It's great to have you guys on board here tonight. Great to have everyone joining us on in. We hope you're enjoying this so far here as we get set to get back to race action. It looks like pace car is not quite finished with these guys yet. Usually when we have the drivers filing double file here, usually that means we're ready to go racing again, but it appears not yet. The flagman is saying no, not yet. We want to try to double file up a little bit better this time. So they will back them on around here yet again, get them into the corners. Not quite 1/10 away there yet, and some damage already on Chantel, the throttle pile on that rear there. Looks like we need to get some laps count back on there. Dustin Rouse currently out of the little trouble zone he had earlier. Had to get things taken care of there. Andrew Koch saying dub, aka Warren Young. So the 11 is the one they're going for here tonight. Or excuse me, not the 11. Yep. Yeah, he's going to trick me all night doing that. Warren Young currently tonight is in the number 1 car here. Usually we're seeing him in pedal to metal in the 11 series, and tonight that's on our scoreboard. That's Brandlinger's, but he's got the custom number 3 on there, so that's where the confusion is going to set in. So we do apologize in advance if we do mess that up. But nevertheless, guys, looks like we're getting them on wrapped around here, ready to go back to green flag racing here as they come on through down the corners. No, maybe not. No, caution stays out. Looks like we still need to give Dustin Rouse his time back and get some chances back in this. Well, everybody wants to play it fair. Everyone needs to give it a fair shake. So they will get everything wrapped back around here, things situated on through. And then as mentioned before here, we do have a very special guest in the house tonight, Matthew R. Mills. Taking time out of his day just to even come by and have a little fun and run with us here tonight. So again, Matthew, we do appreciate coming on by here, sir. It's always great to see new drivers out here, and definitely a privilege to have some of the top tier drivers from their division come on out and have a little fun with us. As we get everybody wrapped around here, wraps through and through, set again here. The drivers look like they are just still trying to get things taken care of, trying to get ready to get back on the stack and back on the restart here. They are just going to charge their way through down that back straightaway. Will this be our one to go here? I wonder as we get on by. A lot going at stake here for these drivers. Lots on their mind right now. A huge battle and a half. Looks like this is going to be our restart zone. They're all pulling back together, tightening up. There it is. Pace car comes off the track, which means one thing. It's time to racing. Green flag flies, and we're back underway. And already off that line through the chicane, coming on down out of turn 1 yet again. Matt James gets an early advantage in the Toyota Tundra number 51 machine. He charges his way across as Warren Young in the number 1 Chevrolet Silverado hunts him down, trying to get a bit of a position going on him. They back him on through down, and we go to turn 3 into 4. The Pride of Texas herself, McCarthy getting into it a little bit there. Looks like some hit going in the back here. Here's some bumping, here's some rubbing. Here comes Matthew Mills right now on the inside. He charges around the 88 to keep Checkmate Taylor. Checkmate trying to stay ahead of the zone, trying to stay ahead of position as Matthew Hoffert leads it on in. To the bottom line goes Matthew. There goes Mills. Mills swings it through, gets a good run there coming out of turn 2. He's got something coming for him. We talk all about the full throttle assault here before on PTM Racing TV, and right now he's showing exactly how it is done. And he's doing a pretty good job staying in that zone right now, running him on by. As you see, a little bit of a heated battle here with Robbie Cable and Chantel the throttle bottle. As now Matthew Mills enters the fray. 999 there, 999 of Ian Yeager now charges it through. He's not giving up just yet. They all charge their runs, charge their positions. Everybody doing a great job staying in their spots, staying in the zone. Right now, our hard charger is indeed Matthew Mills from where he started in the field. He's got a pretty good spot, going up 7 spots from where he was in 12th earlier. But the Pride of Texas herself, Kayla McCarthy, going to do a little howdy-ho in that 24 Silverado. Running them on by down now. Looks like Matt James getting fallen back a little bit behind here. Warren Young and McCarthy are going to go out of here. This is your battle for the race lead here as they come on down out of turn 1, back on through. They are hitting it hard, hitting it strong. Both drivers looking to try to outpace and outwit the other. Charging in, giving it everything they got. Warren Young trying to stay ahead there just enough of McCarthy, but McCarthy has got her eyes set on one thing, and that's taking over that position. Clearing them on in, and now looks like Jeffrey Oaks is going to enter in the fray here. He's got his eye on that top spot as well. He's starting to get a little bit of a run here and a little bit of a position in there as they go. They take him on down out of turn 1, down into turn 2. Looks like Oaksy gets a little bit loose there on the corner, gets a little bit too hard onto the bottom apron. That almost sends him for the ride. It opens the door to Matt Mills as he moves it on down that back straightaway. Side by side, they take it down now. Matt James there going at it here with Jeffrey Oaks, the 88 of Keith Checkmate Taylor. Running it in hard, running it in strong. Ball the 90-99. Ian Yeager goes at it here with Robert Cohn and the Home Depot number 12 machine. You've got a 5-car battle going for the top 5, top 4 spots right now. Neither driver wants to give an inch. Neither one wants to quit this one. Running them on down now. Right back on the attack we go here. We're going on board here with Ian Yeager as we take them on by down on their corners here. Running them on through. You can see how hot these drivers are having to hold on to that line, having to hold on to position and stay ahead of the curve. There is so much at stake for these drivers tonight. They want to try to press and outdo themselves when it comes to the runs and the momentum. But Ian Yeager gets on the outside line, flips him back, and sets Matt James back just a little bit too. The damage might have been done there a little bit, might have set him back just a hit. As we focus in now down the back straightaway, here comes the hard charger of the night. Matthew Mills in the JF Electric number 5 machine brings it on down. There's a reason why he's one of the best out there. He's fighting his way to the top. McCarthy is doing everything she can to keep the momentum alive, keep the run going. But she knows who's behind her. She knows there's a pack of hungry bulls looking to take this one from her. Warren Young, though, is not afraid. Neither is Robert the Rattlesnake Khan as they come on by down at a turn 2 there. Hard racing, hard battling here from our drivers as they continue it through. Robert now swings to the inside. He's looking for the run, coming down to the bottom at a turn 3. He'll sneak him on through down into turn 4. He's looking to outwit the JF Electric number 5 there of Mills. They back him on down at a turn 4 here yet again. The rocket comes through the momentum. It looks like the Rattlesnake has struck again. That was a mouthful if I ever said one, and right now these guys are giving it a handful to everybody out here. No one giving an inch and no one giving a chance up. Robert the Rattlesnake Khan right now trying to get up there to McCarthy and him. I guess you could say there's always a little old rivalry there, but I can tell you right now, no bad blood will be split on his race tonight. They will all fight their position and work their way through in this here. As they come on back down around now, Keith Checkmate Taylor starting to check out on the top 5 right now. He's taking over for 3rd. And now Lance Brandlinger to the inside here of Matt Mills. Mills trying to hold off the outside to the inside now. Can't quite get the run. Might be trying to play strategy here. Might be trying to go for long run. That's one big thing you're going to see tonight, guys, is these drivers trying to do everything they can to stay focused on their runs and stay focused on their position. When it comes to these kind of moments and these kind of battles here, they always will have something to go for, it's something to give. And right now, Lance Brandlinger is the hard charger so far. He's up 12 spots. Strong racing and strong momentum carried through, only determined by the dedication that these drivers have for one another. As they continue on by now, looks like Robert the Rattlesnake Khan's got himself a run coming up on the 24. McCarthy sees what he's trying to do. Trying to get rid of the trap there from Khan, but Khan's too smart for that. He makes it on down around out of turn 3, backs it on through. He says, let's see where this one goes there, Texas. She comes on by here, battling it back and forth. Khan out of Pennsylvania, McCarthy out of Texas. You couldn't have been on 2 different ends of the universe here with this one. Right back on the throttle, on the zone. We have ourselves a new race leader. The Rattlesnake once again has outwit and outsmarted everyone on that short run, but does he have the long run? McCarthy is looking at zone right now. She's trying everything she can here. Right back on the position here. You can see Keith Checkmate Taylor in that 88 machine. He's not too far out of this one yet. He's still giving it a pretty strong run here, a pretty strong duel with all the drivers out here as they come on through down in their corners and back them on in. Everybody jockeying for position right now. Jeffrey Oaks currently 7th right now, bounced 2 spots from where he started. Warren Young in the number 1 looking to challenge up for the top 5 right now. They run him in hard, they run him in quick here. Warren Young right now doing everything he can to get around the number 5 there, Matt Mills. Matt Mills, though, doing a tremendous job hanging on to that zone, trying to run his line in. Doing a pretty good job here with the way he's been hitting his marks and the way he's hit his spots up. You saw that full throttle assault earlier, but right now he's kind of tamed it back a little bit. He's kind of toning it in. I think Warren Young's doing the exact same thing here. You can't overdo it early. You got to stay focused on that zone for later and kind of run them in as they go. And that's exactly what they're doing right now as they stay on their position and on their throne. But up almost by about a second and a half here for Keith Checkmate Taylor. Rattlesnake Robert Kahn has got a pretty good run going for himself as he jockeys them on in. Now you got yourself a battle for third here. The Pride of Texas right now going at it here with the area of Lance Brantlinger. Brantlinger is a former champion here on the circuit for PTM Racing TV. We know he can win here. He knows he's a strong hombre when it comes to these battles. Jockeying on around. Looks like the 0-3 machine comes on by. Robbie Cable trying to hang in there after that little pit stop he had, trying to see if he can get things focused back in. McCarthy gets a little tag there from Brantlinger. Both drivers stay clear of trouble. Both drivers stay on their zone and stay in the throttle as they come on back down out of turn one. Jacob Givens is the 24 is running my paint scheme. Well, Jacob, I got a little news flash for you, my friend. There's a few drivers out there that's actually driving that here tonight, man. And speaking of driving it, look at this. Almost a 3-wide salute there from the 0-3 of Robbie Cable. Swings it straight down the bottom. Full throttle. Salts it out of there at turn 3. Nice job running it in where he had to and keep that momentum alive. He's definitely trying to get his lap and time back. And if you're going to do it, that's one way to do it right now. Battle here for third right now as they come on through, down in their corners and down in their zone. Running them on back on in now. Looks like you got a battle for second here between these three. Looks like Keith Checkmate Taylor, the Pride of Texas McCarthy, all in the zone, all in their running here. McCarthy following back a little bit, maybe looking for a pit stop here. She's going to have to get some tires and some fuel, it looks like. As it'll be Keith Checkmate Taylor and Lance Brantlinger fighting it out here for their position. I can guarantee you what they're doing right now is they're all trying to save the tires and save the fuel. And that's what they're trying to do here, to stay on their run and stay on their zone to keep the momentum alive here. But right now, Keith Checkmate Taylor is kind of faltering back a little bit. Matt Mills kind of laying low, kind of staying in a steady Eddie spot right now, kind of just working him through. He's got Earl Wolf right behind him here. We're on board here with Earl right now, just soaking some on in. See some drivers going in pit road, kind of taking over for a stopper zone. You can just see how wide and how vast this track is when it comes to these runs and what they have to do just to stay on their zone and stay focused in their line of sight here, just to hang in with these guys and do what they need to do. As you see the 0-3 now there, Robbie Cable moving it in, moving it in the zone, trying to get himself a run and a half here. Robert the Rattlesnake Khan is in his sights and he gets around him. Now Robert, will he try to defend him off and fight him back here? Right, I'm on through it right now. Currently, we've got ourselves a heated battle as our top 5 go at it right now. When we come back, we're going to keep going with this one and showcase to you what these drivers are made of and what they are capable of. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, we're going to see the conclusion of this series and this race here tonight for the Pottlez Wrapz 100. Tonight's race is brought to you in part by, of course, Matt Mills Racing Team. Again, a very big thank you to Matt Mills for tuning on in and the team allowing him to come on out and have a little fun here with us here on the show. Do appreciate that team and appreciate the support they have given to Pedal to Metal Racing League. If you guys could support them up on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and also buy their t-shirts. They got some awesome designs there. By gridfinder.com. Gridfinder.com is the best way to find a new league. It's the best way to filter your search by race day, your geographical region, gaming platform, racing sim, car class. You're needing a broadcaster, you're a livery designer. Well, there ain't no better way than to search Gridfinder. Gridfinder, the home of online racing. And no, we're not just talking about iRacing, folks. By Mid-City's Air Conditioning and Heating. Ever find yourself needing a little bit of heating coolants to fix in Keller, Richland, Texas, and you don't know where to go? You gotta stop on over to Mid-City's Heating and Cooling for a troubleshoot. They'll get the job done right the first time. And by FEGPC.net, serving up the best products and the best hardware at the best of prices. As we get them back around here now, situated through here, looks like we've got some trouble here. We have a caution out on the track right now. Looks like there might have been trouble there for Brian Healy in the 84. We will go to the PTM Instant Replay and take a quick look at this one here and see what happened exactly to Mr. Healy. Here is the replay here. Let's see what happened exactly here. Coming on down. Whoa! That's definitely a tap and a half there. The rattlesnake Robert Kahn gets tagged in there, and Brian Healy and him go for a ride. And Healy just trying to stay out of the way and not get into anybody there. Good presence of mind to get it back in reverse, get out of the way. As caution was called to get these drivers reformed, re-racked, restacked, and all that here. So now, well, we knew that caution was going to come out. We probably would have had a better time to do our commercial break there, but nevertheless, that's just how the cards play sometimes. You got to deal with what you got. In the chat real quick, Jacob Givens, actually a dang 88 truck. It was actually, the paint was painted by James Harris. Yep, we know him too well. He runs for the Fast and Fun Green Mountain Grills League. Yeah, we know Mr. James Harris all too well, Mr. Givens. Good guy, good driver. We always love talking with him here. Always a pleasure to have them on board here and always have them in through the show. Get a good look at our top 5 right now. Let's focus in. Robert the Rattlesnake Kahn still has the race lead, but damage up on that truck there. We'll have to probably set him back a little bit to get into pit road for an instant repair. The Pride of Texas herself, Kayla McCarthy, currently in second at the moment, with Lance Brantlinger in the third slot. And we just saw him a minute ago here, Matt Janes in the fourth. And Matt Mills right now, Matthew R. Mills currently up in the fifth spot to round out our top 5 at the moment here. So we will get our drivers re-racked, restacked, and all that here. And again, tough break there for Noah Healy. Unfortunately, gets caught up in that little wreck there, caught up in that little zone. Hoping to maybe get something back here for himself here, get things taken care of here. We'll see how well that plays out here for him and the rest of the field here right now. So again, it is early, but for Brian Healy right now, he's still got a lot of time to make up, a lot of time he can get back. He's not quite out of this one just yet. We're not even at the halfway point at the moment. So Robert the Rattlesnake Kahn up in pit road right now. Looks like Matt Mills also heading to pit road for fresh tires and a squeeze of gas. To everyone watching at home, again, we do appreciate you guys tuning on in every time you come to these shows. We always love to try to give you guys the best show we can, and we certainly hope we've been delivering the goods here. If you guys could, though, and you are liking what you see, go ahead and like and follow us up here on PTM Racing TV. On our Facebook, go over to our Twitter and our YouTube channel and Instagram. Subscribe to YouTube, follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and we'll definitely be showcasing you guys a lot more stuff in the days to come. And again, it's almost Christmas time. You see a lot of those schemes out there right now, guys. You see that South Park 24. You saw the South Park, of course, version as well from the 88. And you also see it there on the 42 of Michael Hill right now. Currently, the drivers right now currently need to get out of pit road here. Heading down there, the 42 of Michael Hill will here. And it looks like the Pride of Texas herself, Kayla McCarthy, is going to get herself into the runner-ups in the runner spot here to get the show. Keith Taylor right now looks like he's about 2 or 3 laps down at the moment, unfortunately, because of that little issue he had earlier and those little problems they had right now. Let's take a look at our times right now and see what our best time was on each driver. And you can see really the difference that it's making versus a long run versus short run. And if you're seeing the times a little slower, that's more set for long run on their end, whereas you see more often than not, faster times usually burn up the cars or trucks really quickly here. And these truck series are definitely no different. They've all got to remain focused on that zone and remain focused on what they got to do here to take this one home tonight. We will get them racked, stacked, and all that here. We're getting laps taken care of here to give them a chance, a fighting chance, if you will. Looks like Chantel, the Throttle Pottle, and Jeffrey Oaks are going to move up into that top 5 zone right now. So they are in the hunt, in the zone. as they get things taken care of here, working them on in again. We get some drivers ready to go here. Of course, having to make the trip across the pond, across the world, across the sea, of course. Landing up from Newfoundland into the Americans in the company here. Looks like Earl Wolf might have been given a little bit too much leeway here. He's getting told to go back to the back here. He's saying, wait a minute, I'm supposed to be here though. And it looks like he's going to go right in there, and it looks like he's going to stick it into the third spot, so that will be his position. Coming into our roundabout here, looks like it is time to go green flag racing this next time around. So who will be the driver to beat? Well, if you're going off the top stars right now, I'd say McCarthy is definitely your favorite. But Brandlinger stuff, man, there's a reason why this man won the Street Stock Season 1 championship. Just one couple, I think it was about 4 or 5 months ago here on the show. We watched and covered it live and here. Managed to take that one home and take himself a nice victory into pit road and pit lane here. And now he looks to try and secure himself another win here tonight. He hasn't been to victory lane in a while. He would like to change that. Earl Wolf has come so close here on the show. Who could forget his huge battle he had with Robert Kahn on the final laps of Bristol Motor Speedway, just barely edged out by half a car length, and them late models. Chantel the Throttle Ball is no secret. She's been struggling with these asphalt tracks on dirt. It's been a different story, but she likes to change that here tonight as we post them on through. Now the green flag will fly high, and that means the lights are on and everyone's home. Here we go. And as usual, as we charge them on down around their corners here, down inside, out of turn 1, back down in turn 2. Here, Ian Yeager, right now in the 999, giving it a hard charge there, coming around the Merry Christmas Chevrolet. Whoa, a little bit of trouble there, coming down out of turn 2 there. Whoa, that was a little bit of a hard rock, and it knocked out some drivers, some getting put into the wall and some back around. I'm not even sure what went wrong there. Well, that definitely set the course for a few of them to get put back a little bit further here as they're trying to challenge their way up back into the position zone. Running them on hard as they can here. Right now, the rattlesnake Robert Kahn trying to get back up into the zone as he's trying to catch up there with Lance Brandlinger. They're out of odds with one another right now. They're doing a pretty good battle here for this one. Brandlinger trying to take on McCarthy. Wolf trying to deal with that 999 of Ian Yeager. Yeager now to the inside middle. Here comes the 3 wide slow. No. Jeffrey Oaks is like, forget that. I'm not going that zone yet. We're jumping them around, coming down our corners yet again. We're going to be about 10 more laps to go before we reach halfway point, and we've got ourselves a heated battle for third right now. Charging them on in, charging them on by Ian Yeager right now, doing a great job in that Merry Christmas 999 Santa Claus machine, charging him in hard. While the 52 there of Earl Wolf gives it a good run there, coming out of their corners and on their spots. But Jeffrey Oaks right now, one of the lone Americans here in our tonight. Actually, we're half Americans, half Canadians, I should say, and Newfoundland drivers here battling it in for their spots in their zones. Running them on down now, down their corners here. The back straightaway we go. Jeffrey Oaks still at odds here with Ian Yeager. Yeager trying to hold him off, trying to defend him off while Earl Wolf gives him a little bit of hand. Coming down out of turn 3. They'll swing him on through down into turn 4. Warren Young in that number 1, though, he's just kind of patiently waiting. I would say patiently aggressive is the word I would use to describe him. What does that mean exactly? It means he's just kind of waiting to get into that zone, into that run, and then when the time comes, he'll flat foot if he have to. And right now, as we come on down, and yet again, you can see there's a hard run here coming from Chantel the Throttle Bottle and Keith Checkmate Taylor. Where have I seen this before between Robert and Chantel? These two have gone to war with one another each time around, and looks like a little bit of a bump there. And Keith Taylor sets him back. Ian Yeager falling back even further into the field, but stays in his zone and stays on the run. And now Matthew Mills just hard charges it right down out of turn 1. What a run and a half he just pulled there, making his way in, making his presence felt. You might have to open the Excel Chronicles versus speed. Can't stop, you won't stop. With the power of speed, I cannot be dropped. He comes on down out of turn 4 here. The 28 there of Matthew Hoffer gets into the corner into that zone. He gets put up a little bit in the wall. Gets it off that wall and off that zone, but he's got a lot of time to catch back up now. The run definitely seems to be going more towards these drivers up front right now as they're coming on through. Brantlinger right now trying to stay ahead of the zone. McCarthy doing everything she can to stay ahead there of Brantlinger as we are closing in on the halfway point. This has been some incredible racing here so far. Some great battles and some crazy maneuvers made in the early going, and everybody definitely charging their way through. The 55 of Chantel Throttle Paul right now starting to close in a little bit on Keith Taylor. Checkmate right now, doing a good job though, staying on his own, staying in position for a run and a half here. Our onboard camera shows here Keith Checkmate Taylor giving it a solid run back onto that corner and back on the attack once again as they hard charge their way through. Earl Wolf right now exulting to falter back to Hallmark. 52 has got some troubles. He's going to have to figure out how to get that thing back underway. The 88 of Keith Checkmate Taylor now looking to the end of the 3-wide salute as they come on down into turn 2. Warren Young trying to hang on to the outside line, trying to stay in that position in zone. Earl Wolf doing everything he can to get the bottom to work, but it's not quite going for him there. Jack him on around yet again. Now Robert Kahn to the bottom. A little bit of damage on that front end. No problem. I'll fight it anyway. He gets it around Jeffrey Oaks there in the 20. Jeffrey and him go at odds with one another as they battle him on down the front straightaway. Hard racing, hard maneuvers, hard passes, and everybody is doing the same exact thing, trying to outwin, outclass the other. They all want the same thing here, and that's to become a race winner here on PTM Racing TV. But also, there is a little bit of cash and money and prizes on the line, so you know they're going to be fighting for that one as much as they are as hard as anything. Candace B. McCarthy has joined us on in, the wife of Kayla McCarthy. It's good to have you on board here, Candace. I think you can probably guess who she's screwing on for right about now. Doesn't bring him on down yet again out of turn 1, down into turn 2 they go. A hard run and a half here from Jeffrey Oaks, but can't quite get the momentum in position to stay ahead of the zone. Warren Young right now doing a tremendous job staying in his area, staying in his line of sight. These drivers are giving it everything they can on their runs and on their spots. And talking about runs and a half, how about this right now? The Pride of Texas has to go to work with a good wrench. Service number 3 there, Brantlinger. Brantlinger had the race lead for a minute there, but it did not falter the way he was hoping for. It ended up sending him back just a little bit as they come on down around out of turn 1, down in turn 2 yet again. Brantlinger trying to hard charge his way up to the front. Working them on in, giving them their moments, giving their runs, giving their time, giving their dues. They all know what they want to play, and that's not the blues. Warren Young right now doing a pretty good job staying in tempo position. He is on the bubble when it comes to winning anything tonight. He's in our top 5 as we showcase that right now on the scoreboard. Brantlinger and McCarthy going at it. Keith Checkmate Taylor and Robert Kahn fighting at it, and Warren Young just kind of, well, he's just kind of hanging around in my opinion. He's just kind of doing his own thing at the moment. Matthew Mills right now kind of faltered back a little bit. Now he's closing in on Earl Wolf, maybe looking to try to take over for 7. As they jockey him on around, jockey him into position, running their race on through. Trying to get up there to Earl Wolf, has him in his sights, has him in his zone, but can he get the run that he needs to catch him here? There's a lot of time and a lot of ground that it takes just to even get into that zone and in that area. Warren Young doing a great job staying in the zones in the run. Now Earl Wolf goes up to the high side, opens the door up for Matthew Mills, and now Matt Mills going down bottom, going down low with a low blow to Earl, and that sends him straight back to the back. He's going up one spot as he's now got Jeffrey Oaks in his sights. Talk about a hard charge and a half as we have now entered into the halfway point here, folks. You better not be tuned out with us just yet. You better stay with us. When we come back, we will showcase the rest of this race in all of its glory. We gotta say one little word to another sponsor of ours before we get ready to get into the second half of this race. Don't go anywhere. We return to PTM Racing TV for the Pottlez Wrapz 100. Tonight's race also brought to you in part by our good friends over at Maconi Setup Shop. For just $5 down, you could have one of the best setups around, the best stuff that you can get for your buck. Maconi Setup Shop is the way to go. And I'll tell you right now, folks, I actually was down there running some of their setups earlier, and I'll tell you right now, I was holding pace with some of these guys. I had to tweak a few things, but I had it set down to a perfect position. You want to talk about also their perfect position right now? It looks like you got yourself a battle for the lead. Keith Checkmate Taylor just checked out there on Brantlinger, and he just took away the race lead. I'm not sure why the producers put that up right now, because indeed, we have a new leader. Keith Checkmate Taylor is that man, and he is the guy right now that has taken over the race lead as they continue on through right now. Right, it looks like Earl Wolf, though, not going to play too nice to bat. He looks like he's going to try to take on the 5 there of Matthew Mills. Matt right now trying to stay ahead. He's using the high side as his point of view is round of ground. There are 2 lines you can hit here, folks. You can hit 3 wides in the middle, but I'll tell you right now, in my studies here tonight, I saw that the outside line on that open setup was a lot easier to work with than it was for a diffuse setup. So what does that mean exactly? It means you can run different areas, different zones. You just got to stay focused on what you're doing and where you're at as running and pacing. It's all about stretching your spots and making your mark known and working them in hard. As Kayla, the pride of Texas McCarthy, looks to the inside here, down and around out of turn 4 here. She has a lap down at the moment. She's got a hard charge right now. Mills in the 3rd spot. Warren Young in the race lead, and Keith Checkmate Taylor, well, he's kind of checked out on everybody else at this moment. Earl Wolf now looking to maybe make one more ground a half here as a rattlesnake. Robert Kahn gets in there. Crosses the needle, threads the needle, call it what you will. He just made himself known, and he's starting to run hard here. Crosses another thread through the gap. You would have thought he was playing on the PS2 right now, because that was a stuntman move. Through the gap. All right, director, we get it. Get back to your business down there. Right now, as we come on down out of turn 4 here, Ian Yeager trying to get his lap back, and Earl Wolf definitely slow down on pace. Yeager straight down the bottom here, crosses another thread, cross thread as we like to call it around here. Gets it through Earl, gets it through Mills, and right now they're charging their way through. Matthew Harper, that 28 machine, he has been a hard charger. He is one of the only drivers that is in with us here tonight that has won on the Pedal to the Metal Racing League Series in all 3 divisions in one season. What does that mean? He won in ARCA, he won in late models, and he's won in the dirt. He even beat out yours truly here in the booth. Matthew Mills going on in, so is Earl Wolf right now. Jeffrey Oaks to follow pace, so right now that will leave Warren Young and Keith Checkmate Taylor to be the sole survivors to fight their way through. I don't know what Keith's strategy is right now, but I'm kind of liking it. It's kind of a slow, methodical, stay focused on your line track stop. And if you want to take a quick look at the pit strategy is right now with these drivers, let's take a look at that right now as we get up on the scoreboard. Looks like Taylor right now doing a pretty solid effort with how he's been playing out his strategies, and Young now going in this time. Looks like he's trying to work something in as well. In my opinion, the best one out of the bunch right now will definitely be around the Mills, Kahn, and Taylor camp, because they have more of a kind of a simple run, a simple stereo there that will give them a chance. Keith Checkmate Taylor's gone in pit road there, and Kahn right now is starting to hard charge his way up. He's got Pride of Texas, Kayla McCarthy now in his sights. Running them on down yet again, coming on through there into that corner, into that zone. They will hard charge their way through. The Pride of Texas herself is the new race leader. But Robert Kahn doesn't play too nicely to that right now. He goes back down to the bottom, looking for the cross thread. Down to the bottom, throws it in, swings it down. McCarthy now looking to fight back, right back on him there. Robert Kahn, though, is not going to get outpaced on that one. His fuel strategy, entire strategy, seem to be working quite well. This has been a solid race so far, a good battle between the drivers. A lot of runs coming through, a lot of battles coming on down here as they come on back on around the back straightaway here. Robert Kahn and McCarthy going at it here with one another. Both charging their way through, both fighting their position on in. McCarthy doing everything she can. The howdy ho, number 24 Chevrolet Silverado. While the Home Depot number 12 there used to be old Big Smokes ride, but Robert Kahn decided to steal that one tonight. Jockey him on around in their zones, in their runs right now. Currently 6 up is Matthew Mills, and Chantel the Throttle Powell is closing in on him. Solid racing, solid momentum from these drivers, and solid battles. Let's go on board here with Chantel. I want you guys to pay close attention though, where she's going to hit her marks at, where she's going to try to find her spots at. Watch how close she's going to get to that wall here coming down on the outside line of the backstretch. And look at how smooth she has to run that truck from the high side straight to the bottom. Clean as a whistle. Now, why am I bringing that up? Why am I talking about this? Because in the early days when we were on the Heat series for commentating, what you could do is on that turn is you can actually just go straight up high and then strong stretch down the road, and you can actually hold it there for quite a time or two. But here in the iRacing world, well, you try doing that too often, you're not going to have very many tires left. It's all about smooth, consistent turning, smooth runs, and obviously hard jockeying to the front. But you know, at the end of the day, these guys are going to have to give everything they got here when it comes to these battles. And right now, currently, as we focus them on in with our final laps coming on through, we are at lap 62 of 100, and right now it looks like this is starting to become more of the Kahn and McCarthy show. But Brandlinger, Yeager, and Taylor aren't out of this one just yet, man. They're challenging their way through. Earl Wolf right now looking to maybe make a jump there, coming on by, and now starting to close the gap there on Chantel. Goes to the inside, and it looks like she's going to get a bit of a run here on her. They'll back them on through here yet again as they challenge them by here once more. Another hard battle here and a hard run there coming from their spots in the zone. Chantel, Throttle Pottle right now trying to get the Merry Christmas 55 machine up into the zone, up into the battle here with that 52 of Earl Wolf. As they come on by down around right now, I think she's just trying to save tires and gas right now. I think that's her strategy, and Jeffrey Oaks knows it too. She knows her too well. As Kenneth Crawford says, indeed, indeed. As they back on down around yet again, out of turn 1, down in turn 2 here, Jeffrey Oaks. Starting to build up momentum, starting to get a run and a half here coming down on those straights. It's going to be interesting to see for me is where and when will their times kind of separate out. Where will they start seeing really some difference in positions and how they run their lines on in? Because right now, as we focus in, Warren Young at the moment currently is challenging up pretty hard here, getting up into that zone, trying to get up the Raptors here with Chantel, the Throttle Pottle, and of course Jeffrey Oaks there in that 20 machine. But right now in the field here, you can see that McCarthy right now is not doing too hot here. She's currently faltered back quite a bit. She's actually about a second and a half away from Robert the Rattlesnake Kahn, and that's definitely slowing her down quite a bit here. There's Robert Kahn right in your windshield wipers there in your rear view, in your front view mirror right now. And you can see that McCarthy, as hard as she is running that track on in, she is just not quite able to get things worked to her favor here, and that's definitely showing. But you know, again, it is early in the on that second half of this race here, so there is anything that could happen. I would say it's definitely going to be here tonight. Lance Brantlinger right now in that 11 machine though. Solid foundation and solid racing on their end here, keeping a good line to the pocket and zone. He is our hard charger of the night so far. As they back him on around right now, Brandlinger doing a great job staying in his zone, staying in his runs. He's been giving it a good run and a half here all day long. And with only about 30 some odd laps left to go, I can guarantee you he's just kind of tempoing and pacing himself out right now for the later half of this run. Running them back on in as they hide them back in through Matthew Mills right now. has got some company here from the 42 Michael Hill. Milt's right now trying to hang on, and Hill looks to possibly take him on a little bit. Hill, though, is 2 laps down, so he's going to try to stay in his comfort zone and stay in that position. Mills goes up high, maybe trying to give Hill a little bit of chance here to get back on the run and give himself something here to fight with. Ian Yeager, though, is being closed in. Mills is catching him 1/10 of a second at a time here, so that could be something here later on to notice, folks. Running back in, talk about this little battle as well. Hear about this little one. Looks like you got Matt James going in here with Chief Checkmate Taylor, the 88 and the 51. The Tundra versus the Silverado right now, and currently the Tundra is a lap or 2 down at the moment. He needs to get some time made up if he wants to have any chance to fight back in this one. He's going to need a little help here. I think he's going to need a caution to come out here to get things taken care of more to his favor. And unfortunately right now, unless there's 2 cars involved here or anything happens, like there are 2 trucks involved tonight, that will not change, nor will it happen here on their end right now. As we focus them on in, Robert Kahn right now has done a great job leading him on in, leading in his position. Done a great spot on his zone and staying in the zone of where he needs to be. Lance Brandlinger right now currently faltering back. Keith Checkmate Taylor takes over a position here and takes it back away his run there, that is. Brandlinger currently was a hard charger. He still is by about 6 off there from Matt Mills and Robert Kahn. Kahn, though, can't go any further, so that's kind of restricted on how much of a hard charger he can be tonight. As they jock him on around, stay in their zones here right now. McCarthy giving it everything she can to get back up to Robert Kahn. The momentum, I'm afraid to say, is just not there this time, and she knows it. Look at this now. You got yourself a little bit of a heated battle here between Jeffrey Oaks and Earl Wolf, with Warren Young kind of faltering right behind the waistline here. The 84 of Brian Healy trying desperately to keep himself in it to win it, and right now anyway, I don't mean to bear the bad news, but right now the way things are going, he's currently going to be faltering back in that spot a little bit. Warren doing everything he can now, tuns him on down out of turn 4 here, staying in that zone, makes his move, makes his presence felt, gets it around there for 7th. Now he'll focus on in for the battle for 6. Oaksy trying to stay ahead of that zone, trying to get the old 20 machine in that rhythm, in that gray area, and Warren Young is just right behind him. I think he's feeling a little bit sweet tonight because he's looking to go down low there on Oaksy, trying to give himself a little bit of a candy cane treatment. Right him on down front straightaway here yet again. They come on by here once again. And now Warren Young throws it in down low yet again, looking for a low corner toe zone, maybe getting the run here. Oaksy goes up to the high side, into the wall he wins, and that slows his momentum up tremendously. As Brian Healy in that 84 Toyota Tundra challenges it on in. Oh man, with 25 laps to go, there's no telling what's going to happen here, folks, or what's going to go down. It's hard to tell what's even going to happen in the first place. These drivers just continue to keep battling back and forth and getting into one another when it comes to their zones and their runs. Ladies and gentlemen, when we come back, we're going to find out who will be our top 5 to end the night. At the moment, Kahn, McCarthy, Taylor, Brantlinger, and Mills are your top 5. Who's going to finish it out and who is going to be your race winner here tonight for the Pottlez Wrapz 100? We're going to find out when we return to PTM Racing TV. Tonight's race is brought to you in part by, of course, our good friends over at Matt Mills Racing Team. Again, thanks again to Matt Mills Racing Team for help coming on out and have a little bit of fun here with the drivers and definitely showing off what they are capable of. The Best Xfinity Team is supporting up Piddle to Metal Racing League and also just kind of having a little fun here tonight. So again, go show them some support on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and be sure to pick up some of their awesome t-shirts. They are worth the price, I'll tell you that much right now. Right by gridfinder.com, of course. is the best way to find a new league. Filter your search by race day, your geographical region, gaming platform, racing sim, and car class. You need a broadcaster or live designery? Just search on Grid Finder. Grid Finder, the home of online racing, at your need and at your disposal. By Mid-City's Air Conditioning and Heating. Ever find yourself needing a little of the heating and cooling units to be fixed in Keller or Richland, Texas? You don't know where to go? You got to stop on over to Mid-City's Heating and Cooling and for a troubleshoot. They'll get the job done right the first time. By FEGPC.net. With the best service and the best hardware at your disposal, FEGPC.net is the way to go. And by Maconi Setup Shop. The Maconi Setup Shop LLC now has some of the best tracks, the best runs, and the best setups you can get on the asphalt, on the dirt. There ain't no better way to go. And for just $5 down, you could be having the fastest machine around. And as we get things situated through, once again, here, folks, getting things taken back on in. Looks like our scorecard did not go down. The producers didn't quite get that cleared in, but it looks like Earl Wolf right now is going to take over position from Pate Road here as McCarthy has gone in. So has Robert Kahn for a last-minute run here. It looks like Matthew Mills has done the exact same, maybe thinking strategy-wise, as they bring him on down around out of the front straightaway here, back him on in. We only have about 22 laps to go here, and this man is your current leader. Doing a pretty solid job right now, kind of staying focused on his run, staying focused on what he needs to do to keep the momentum alive, to keep everything going for himself. But remember, there's a lot at stake. You got Jeffrey Oaks right behind him right now, charging in, and Matthew Hoffert's not far behind Oaksy here. As Brian Healy in that Toyota Tundra right now, kind of all but said and done, unfortunately, when it comes to getting his last back. But give credit where credit's due to the Newfoundland driver from The Rock. It's great to have him on board and great to have him on the show. We hope to see him in due time next in future here. We hope maybe he can join us here for some more PTM Racing TV showcases, because I guarantee you, we have not seen the last of the Healy drivers. Keith Checkmate Taylor right now in that 88 got a pretty solid foundation and run going for himself here as they hanging them on by down around their corners in their zones, still doing what they need to do here to run them through. McCarthy right now trying to challenge in Robert the Rattlesnake Kahn as he's currently dealing with Chantel the Throttle Pottle. Top three right now going at it hard, trying to see who will be able to outwit and outpace the other here. Robert Kahn, fresh set of tires, fresh fuel, and he's just running this one to a muck. Has not lifted really whatsoever ever since he got on that throttle and on that zone, and it's definitely been working for him here. Ian Yeager right now just kind of staying in that zone, in that faltered line here. He's got Matthew Mills, though, running him on by, giving us some good runs here. Times-wise are showing that he's gaining on him 10th by 10th by 10th by 10th, and on those straights, he's getting him almost to a second now. He just needs a little bit more momentum, and I think he's going to have a shot at taking over that position and taking it away from him here. We'll see how that one comes out. As, wait a minute, a yellow flag has come out. Yellow flag is out. We've got trouble. We have trouble. Yellow flag is out. Robbie Cable in the 03. Looks like problems there for Robbie Cable, unfortunately. As the truck comes around here, he's got a blown motor in that thing right now, and that's not looking too good for his sake of the bargain. We got to go to the PTM Instant Replay and find out what happened here exactly to see what went wrong there for Mr. Robbie. We'll see right here as we come on through. We're going to showcase what happened exactly here. Here's a replay here of that stuff. And yep, right there, it looks like the 51 there gets a little too rambunctious there, and they got a little bit all in there. And that ended up causing the caution to come out here and get these drivers rack stacks and all that once more in here. And as you can see, the damage is taking its toll there. Unfortunately, that will have to offer in a pit road of an instant repair. And I'm going to tell you right now, guys, that might have just been what the drivers were looking for and what they've been searching for, because we're going to be down to the final 15 laps here on this restart. And let me tell you, Robert Kahn is not out of the woods yet. 88 of Keith Checkmate Taylor's in this. The 999 of Ian Yeager kind of faltering through. And Matt Mills, our special guest tonight, is looking to possibly take home a race win here. He would love to be the one to outwin and outclass the Rattlesnake and Checkmate. But Warren Young, don't count that man out. He will give you a run and a half here if he can get that chance here. And you can't count out also our drivers there with Earl Wolf, Jeffrey Oakes, Matt James, and Chantel the Throttle Pottle right now. They are all in a heated battle, all in their war zone, looking to possibly take this one home. Well, folks, when we come back, we got to cut to a quick commercial video break here. We're going to get these drivers situated through. And when we come back, it's time to end this. It's time to see who will be our top 5 and our race winner for the Pottlez Wrapz 100. Do not go anywhere. We will be right back, folks.
Looking for a new PC or an upgrade to your current one? Look no further than Ford Entertainment Group, your home for the best quality and value in new, pre-built, and custom PCs at the lowest price guaranteed. We have affordable PC solutions for any budget, with custom builds starting at $595. Even the pros turn to Ford Entertainment Group to get them up and running. With valued customers from all over the world, it's easy to see why Ford Entertainment Group is the most trusted brand in custom PCs.
I wanted to save my awesome subscribers the most money when they started their sim racing journey. I started trying to look for the best deals. And I'm so proud that Jeffrey and I have partnered up so I can spread the good news about where to get the lowest price on a high quality computer.
Feel confident when buying from us with the FEG Satisfaction Guarantee. Get yourself on track today by visiting us online at fegpc.net.
At Maconi Setup Shop, we offer custom-built setups for any asphalt oval car. Prices starting at just $5. Weekly setups available for all Legends, late models, modifieds, and NASCAR trucks, Xfinity, and Cup cars. Do you need one-on-one driver coaching? We've got you covered. Visit www.maconisetupshop.com and find yourself in Victory Lane. Maconi Setup Shop, handling all your setup needs so you don't have to.
As we get things taken back around here, get things situated through right now. Currently, our drivers are still getting things taken care of here on the field, and it looks like we might be finally going back to double file restarts now. It looks like that will be the case. We are going to be down to, it looks like, the final 14 laps on this restart. Greg Janzik has joined us on in saying, wish I could have joined, guys. Greg, we'll try to get you in next time, bud, but it's great to have you on the show here. I can't wait to see what you got cooking up for us on Tuesday night, brother, and, you know, maybe even a little bit of Thursday night, just a little wink for you, buddy. So on our start here, our top 5 will showcase right now. Robert the Rattlesnake Kahn, Keith Checkmate Taylor, Ian Yeager, the 999, the 5 of Matt Mills and his JF Electric Chevrolet, and the 5 of Warren Young and that other Silverado machine. You got 5 Silverados going at it here, but you got a few of the Fords and Toyotas looking to try to challenge them on in and take that back here from them. They will come on around the corner here and get ready to go set. It's going to be a fight to the end. The drivers are ready. They're racked, they're stacked, they're all that. Let's bring it back to green. The lights are on. Let's go, go, go! Running them on through into the zone. Here we go. Look at this. A hard charge here from the pride of Texas herself, Ella McCarthy. But look at Matt Mills. Straight to the bottom. What a hard charge. Wow, what a run there by Matt. He gets it down out of the back straightaway. Runs it in there with the 12 of Robert the Rattlesnake Kahn. They go back and forth with one another, coming down out of turn 3 to 4. He sneaks his way on in, finds his position. Robert defends. He knows he can't let Mills get ahead of him here. He's going to try to hold him off on those corners on that front straightaway. Down turn one we go. Here comes Checkmate. Keith Taylor straight to the bottom, defending it off. But the more that him and Mills keep fighting, the more it's just going to open the doors up for John to start taking this one away from him. Ian Yeager in the 999 now gives it a little bit of a challenge, a little bit of a battle here. The 24, the pride of Texas herself, Kayla McCarthy, giving it a run, giving it his own. They fight them on in, looking to see which way this one's going to go. Right him on back in yet again. Here keeps Checkmate Taylor now has the run there on Matt Mills. I think Matt's just trying to lay low for a second and give himself a chance to breather to get a run and a half. Robert Kahn right now is on a full throttle assault. And I think Taylor's trying to give Mills a little bit of a hand, pushing him through. But the Pride of Texas has other ideas. The Howdy Ho, number 88, and the Howdy Ho, number 24 of McCarthy are on their game, on their zone. They fight them on in, down, in the back, on and around. We've got ourselves just a couple of laps left. 11 to go. This has been a heated battle. This has been a heated race. And folks, if you haven't shared this one on around, you better do so now because we're not done yet. Run them through, down to the end, down the corners here right now. The 88 of Keith Checkmate Taylor doing a tremendous job defending off that fellow paint scheme of there McCarthy. McCarthy trying desperately to swing it through, get the run and a half here and stay in the zone. You've got a hot battle here for second. But the thing I have is, can McCarthy just hang on and stay fighting in that zone and fighting in that rhythm? Keep Checkmate Taylor right now is no stranger to fighting hard and running him in quick with these guys. He gives it all he's got every time he's out on the track, and right now he's doing a pretty good job at that. Matt Mills kind of faltering a little bit in times-wise right now as we look at our time zone right now. We've got our end of the zone. You can see Yeager starting to slow down a little bit and not really catch up to him. On that time around, though, he managed to get himself about a 200th of a second faster there. Not saying too much, though, when it comes down to the regular time. And you want to talk about times-wise, take a look at this. Robert the Rattlesnake Kahn is not away yet. He hasn't ran away just yet. Keith Checkmate Taylor is catching up to him here on the time zones. The times don't lie. The times run him in. We are down to the final 8 laps to go. Brittany Young is rooting on for Warren. She wants him to get back in this. The 24 of McCarthy now looking to run him on in, running him in the zone. They come on by down out of turn 1 into 2. Back him on down out of turn 2. That back straightaway zone we go here. They're going to be at 7 to go this next time around. Keith Checkmate Taylor is desperate to fight. He's desperate to cling on. But the problem I have right now is he overdoing it? Is he over-ramping it? Same can be said with Matt Mills. He's losing ground in time here. Chantel, the throttle Pottle, is back in it. Running him on by yet again. Down low goes Chantel, looking for the run here away from Mills. Matt trying to hang in there, trying to run him by here, coming down out of the back straightaway. The 51 of Matt Jeans is starting to clear house, clear his way in. Earl Wolf in that number, in that 52 machine. Got a serious charge and a half coming. I think he doesn't need a full battery. He doesn't need a charger. He's got a full battery in that phone because it's running hard. Earl Wolf doing everything he can to try to stay in the top 5. He gets put to the bubble. It's now going to be Matt James. The Newfie is going to go down low and fight him in. Newfoundland is going to go at it with the American. Running him in hard, running him in tight right now. We're coming up on the final 5 laps to go. These two side by side for this one. The cutout point is 5th right now when it comes to who's going to be able to take home that spot here. Who's going to be able to take home the other zone. Chantel, the throttle Apollo right now is looking in now, looking to catch up to Matt James. 2 Newfoundland drivers are going to go at it here on the final closing laps. Ian Yeager's running out of time. He's starting to slow up a bit in those corners, it looks like. Was that the run they've been looking for? Was that the time they needed to see? It's hard to tell with 5 to go right now, but we can see Robert Kahn It's starting to be gained up there on the back here. Keeps Checkmate Taylor looking for a run and a half to get back in this one. He's going to try to rocket it coming out of turn 2 this time by. These drivers not laying an inch off each other, not giving anything up. McCarthy's trying to get a draft on Keith. And Keith trying desperately to get that draft off Con. Con knows that he's trying to just veer him off as quick as he came in there. Chantel, the throttle Apollo's on the bubble right now to not get anything tonight out of this one right now as they back him on through down out of turn 4. Ladies and gentlemen, we're coming down to our final laps. We have 3 to go. Chantel looking to get a run and a half here on Matt James. Matt right now trying to keep the truck from getting a little too rambunctious, a little too hard on the momentum. He's starting to drift up into the wall zone. He gets to the wall there at turn 2. And is that the opening he needed? Now comes Dustin Rouse, the Toyota Tundra number Fox, number 8 machine. Oh my, we've got ourselves a battle and a half here. Chantel gets into the bubble zone. She is in 5th. Running them in hard right now. Ian Yeager in the Merry Christmas 1999 trying to stay ahead of that zone as well. And folks, with 2 laps to go, can Con stay ahead? Can Con get himself into victory lane once more? It's going to be a battle between him, the Checkmate Taylor, and of course the Pride of Texas herself with 1 to go. They will swing him on by down out of that back, strong that front straightaway here. White flag is out now for our 3 drivers looking to try to claim this one. Looks like McCarthy has no choice but to try to battle in for second as our field works him on by, coming on down yet again. Checkmate Taylor doing everything he can to stay with the zone right now. It looks like Dustin Rouse looks a lot of piece of Chantel, the throttle puddle. That's the bubble zone coming down in their corners and the battle to the end. Ian Yeager slows up a lot now. He's lost position and Dustin Rouse now moves in. But coming to the checkered flag, Robert Kahn will take home another racing win. What a race. That's all I gotta say. As usual, what a race, folks. Wow. Robert the Rattlesnake Kahn once again shows why you gotta fear the rattlesnake when the time comes. He'll strike when you least expect it, and McCarthy knows it. So did Keith Checkmate Taylor. We will talk with our top 3 here in just a moment, but what a race and what a battle from these drivers. What a show that these guys put on, and gals I should say as well. They gave it their heart, they gave it their soul, but tonight the rattlesnake was just a little too much for their own liking. And now the burnouts begin here for Robert the Rattlesnake Kahn. This guy is just on a roll and just cannot seem to stop no matter what he does. Your top 5 right now are on the show here right now currently. It looks like it was a good finish here for Chantel Throttle Pottle and Dustin Rouse, managing to clear themselves up into the 5 spots. So remember, first will get 30 plus a free wrap from Pottlez Wrapz. Second will get 30. Third will get 30, and then $20 to the rest of the field in 4th and 5th. Everyone else goes home with maybe the most satisfying reward in my opinion, and that was putting on a show to worth remembering and watching for later on in their life. What a great race from these guys. Well, right now, guys, I'm waiting for everybody to come on in here and have a little chit-chat with you. We'll see how everything comes by, but before we do so, I guess it's only fitting right now that we get set to start wrapping things up and get things taken care of here. It was an awesome night, an awesome race here to say the least here, and again, to everybody at home, great race, great show, and again, to the Newfoundland drivers that made the time to come out here, thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you guys are okay doing on the rock right now. Times are a little hard, I know that, so appreciate you guys always coming out here to race. A word to our sponsors before we top to our top 5 here tonight. Of course, the Matt Mills Racing Team. Of course, Matt was running it on the track tonight, having a little bit of fun with everybody, having the good battle here, and definitely showcasing why he is one of the top tier drivers that is working their way up in the Xfinity. But he is but also his team, very big help and support to the Pedal and Metal Racing League Series. So again, very special thank you to him and his team there. at gridfinderlogo.com. Of course, GridFinder is the best way to filter through, find your search by race day, your geographical region, gaming platform, this racing sim and car class. And if you're looking for a broadcaster or need one for your, or a livery designer, well, let me tell you, search GridFinder is the way to go. GridFinder, the home of online racing. Be sure to check them out here on their social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, folks. You don't want to miss them out. And of course, also the Mid-Cities Air Conditioning and Heating. If you're having some air conditioning and heating troubles in the Richland and Keller, Texas area, well, there ain't nowhere better to go than Mid-Cities Heating and Cooling for a troubleshoot. They'll get the job done right the first time. By FEGPC.net, of course, FEGPC serving up the best hardware and at the most affordable price. There ain't no better way to go with FEGPC.net. Be sure to look them up online at FEGPC.net. And by Maconi Setup Shop, for only just $5 down, you could have yourself the best and the fastest setup around to get you through your day and through the run. Why do all the hassle when you can get the best setup from Maconi Setup Shop, LLC? And it looks like right now, guys, we have our drivers coming in, so I think it's not a better time than to talk with our top three here tonight. Let's start it up with the pride of Texas herself, Kayla McCarthy. And McCarthy, once again, you know, you falter back away from the rattlesnake, and he just kind of gets you there. But, man, what a show you all had to put on there to get to this finish.
Yeah, definitely. We worked so hard on this truck, put so many hours into getting it set up right. And, you know, they say the driver can really overdrive it and mess the race up, and that's certainly what happened. Leading the laps we did certainly shows that we did have a very strong truck, just not as strong as old Rattlesnake there.
Definitely for sure there. I mean, at the end of the day, though, you gave it a pretty hard run, and considering you're not quite used to the open setups just yet, and you're still kind of new to this stuff, I mean, that was a pretty good performance and pretty good show you had to put on there with these guys and gals. And I got to ask you there, McCarthy, you have quite a bit of a run here and some money you're taking home. So what do you want to say to your friends, family out there, and anyone else around the world?
First of all, we'll take it. You know, we're all working hard and you know, doing what we love out there. But certainly got to thank all of our sponsors: Maconi Setup Shop, FEGPC, Mid-Cities Air Conditioning, Pottlez Wrapz, PTM TV, Matt Mills for running with us tonight. Such an honor to be racing with him. To say that I got to race with Matt Mills and run side by side with him and everything. Man, oh man, Archon said it best in over the radio that I could hang up my stuff right now and be completely happy.
For sure there, McCarthy. I think I wouldn't hang up just yet. I think you still got some racing under your belt to go. But nevertheless, congratulations on this third place finish. It was a great run for you on this one tonight.
Oh yeah, certainly. Don't plan on hanging up anytime soon. Also got to thank my wife for letting me put in the hours that I have today for getting this set up right. And everybody up in the booth and everybody that we race with.
For sure there. Congratulations again on a top 3 finish here tonight.
Thank you.
All right, Kayla, the Pride of Texas McCarthy coming on in here with us here tonight to have a little chit-chat right now. And currently we're waiting on the other two drivers if they will come by. But look quick, let's just go ahead and show you guys the race results from this one here tonight. And that finish we had here was quite the show and quite the battle here to the end. It was a great race all the way through, and what a way to tag this one on through to the end here. Here is our final results here, of course. Looks like Robert Kahn just kind of staying in that zone, stayed ahead of the curve here by quite a bit there. Keith Checkmate Taylor couldn't quite get it. McCarthy was in that hunt all day. And Chantel the Throttle Pottle, how about this? Top 5 finish. It's good to see her back at full stake and back in her runs. Dustin Rouse giving it a good show, and so is Lance Brantlinger. Wolf giving it a good show here. Always a hard charger. And Matt Janes coming in for a good time. Matt Mills, man, he finished in the top 10 and had to deal with some tough competition, but, man, did he sure show why he can fight out here. Warren Young, always a tough combatant, just gets in that top 10 zone. And then Hoffert, Jeffrey Oaks, Ian Yeager, Michael Hill, Robbie Cable, and then Brian Healy to round out your driver results there here tonight. But what a race nonetheless here from those guys and everyone around. And now, at long last, I think he finally figured out how to come by here and talk with us here. It is Robert the Rattlesnake Kahn here, finishing first here tonight. What a race here for you and all the battle you had to do there with McCarthy, Mills, Checkmate, and everybody, man. Talk me through this one.
Man, that was probably one of my favorite wins. I mean, how many times can you say you battled like a NASCAR Xfinity driver, like for the lead at Homestead with like 10 or 11 to go. I mean, that's crazy. If I would never play again, I'd be completely satisfied with that race. I could walk away happy, no doubt.
Definitely for sure there. I mean, kind of talk me through a little bit of that last bit, with how that car handled and or that truck handled it all the way through to the end there for you, my man.
It was good. I had a few hiccups. I was real worried about getting a caution because I used up all my tires. I had no tires left, and I think McCarthy had a set left. I got into a few scuffles, and I had to take tires on them, but I was completely out. So caution, it would have been a whole different race. But that long run, that car just really held up.
Definitely did indeed, and you got yourself into victory lane once again here tonight. You'll have yourself a free wrap and a few bucks going your way. So I got to ask you, man, who do you want to thank here for this one?
Mid-state air conditioning, heating, Pottlez Wrapz for sure. I mean, you don't get a better wrap than going with her. And Maconi Setup Shop, Matt Mills, of course, Matt Mills, the way he sponsors us. And, man, I just can't believe battling with him. That was the coolest thing I think I've ever done racing. Man, what a race. Thanks for everything you provide, the league does. Man, I'm hyped up about this one.
Definitely for sure there. You are the race winner here tonight, taking home some prize money and a little wrap for yourself. Congratulations, Robert, on another victory here tonight.
Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, your race winner here tonight, the Rattlesnake, Robert Kahn, in that 12 machine Home Depot truck. And tonight, guys, it is done. It is over with. We will play the sponsor videos one last time before we call it night. But again, to everybody at home, I want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for everything this year and everything that's gone down. I know we say this often, but again, we would not say this if we didn't mean it. You guys have shown the best support. You really are the best race fans in the world, whether it be out in the real world or in the virtual world. It doesn't matter. We love calling these. We love talking about these, and it's just an honor and a privilege to be in front of you guys and be able to give you guys a show. So from all of us here at PTM Racing TV, thank you. God bless. Take care. And if we don't see you by then, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and we'll see you in the New Year's soon enough. But we still got a lot more racing to go and broadcast this show before 2020 comes to an end. So for now, be safe. God bless. Take care. I'll see you later. Good night, everybody.